Hello, hello, and welcome, Friends Abundant. I am Mike Ariza, and you are watching. Wait, what are we doing again? Ah, yes, you are watching the Horde Warrior. Sorry, doing two confuses me sometimes. And this is a special episode. This is the double header, and this is going to be Horde Night, as you can see in the description. So, really exciting. We're doing a doubleheader tonight because we're taking a break from doing XL because I was not ready to do the 50th episode. And so it's looking like 50th episode is going to be on Christmas Eve. So it will be even that much more spectacular. But for now, we're going to hop back over into Discord with Serial Crusher and Z. And we're going to get ready to kick a little Horde ass. So let's do that.
I'm going to put plates on the outside of it.
All right.
To keep us from getting spit at and shit. But we can just fire in between here.
Okay.
And then, so we'll have one person on each of those. Then we'll have a person on top.
Anti-air.
Yeah, anti-air and shit.
Oh shit, I forgot to do those arrows.
I won't need them. Oh, I do need that ammo from you. Great.
Oh, yeah. Alright. Let's go.
Alright, well. Should not run out of ammo. Hopefully.
Is everything wired?
Everything's wired. I don't have my fences up that I want, but...
But the blade
They just
traps
can't
are
be
going to turn on?
Yeah.
Alright.
You'll turn that on, and we'll go ahead and get these turrets aimed right.
Alright, you got about 30 seconds. Yikes. Field tests, they work.
Alright, good luck, guys.
Good hunting.
West.
They are not coming to the ladders.
Shit, that sucks.
So let me see if I can draw them to the ladders.
Oh no! Well, I'm on the ground. Come on, follow me, zombies. Behind. Look down.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Climb the ladder, bitches.
Okay, so I would recommend putting ladders all the way down. Just make it as easy as possible for them.
I mean, they are trying to run past and get in, so that's good.
So there's one of the ladders that they don't like too. So I think maybe I use the one that they don't recognize.
Oh, they don't like the thin ladders or something?
Nope.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Well, they're not getting up here. They're dropping a lot of bags.
Yeah, there should be get some good XP too.
Yeah. Oh shit, there goes the side.
Oh no! Come on, come on, come on, come on. Up, up, up.
Oh fuck.
Level 31.
Congrats.
Nice. Oh yeah, the levels are definitely coming in. Oof, that hit me.
Hey, remember when I said that should be more than enough ammo?
It's turning
I
out
You're
not
used
to
it
be.
all.
Yeah, I'm almost out too.
Well?
There's probably ammo in those bags.
Yeah, who's gonna go down there and get it?
Oh, spitter. But I can jump down there and start swinging. If you guys want to
hang
make a
on,
break
let's-
for it.
Let's run out of ammo. I mean, it's a run to the motorcycles game after that. I still have arrows left. I still have shotgun rounds left. I'm saving those for. Oh, that's not good. I'm saving that for now. Not good.
Now, what I did last time, and it would have been alright, except unfortunately one of us was on a bicycle, is I made a break downtown for the skyscraper.
I just turned and saw that.
Get to your motorcycles, guys.
Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah, they're still coming in droves. Yeah, we could fall back to the keep in the Horde base. That's still secure.
That's true. Like I said, if we head downtown, we can go into the front of the Deshong Tower, and I have the doors busted out. We can hold out in the stairwell.
I'm gonna head to the cage right here. I mean, it's on the west wall,
Okay.
southwest corner. There's a breach you can jump through, run inside, and get inside the keep. And at least that might buy us a few more minutes. They're gonna come right in, but at least we have a cage to fight from.
Yeah. And if this fails, like I said, I do Horde Nights in that skyscraper all the time.
My buddy Yeti wanted to build a base in there.
It's nice. The thing is, then you just can't ever use it. Okay, they're also going for that same breach point. Shit, they're going to be in here any second.
Yeah, they're in here already. You're gonna have to weave through.
They're in.
Alright, you need to drop down through one of those hatches right by your feet. You need to drop down
I can get up on
and then
top.
come in through. Oh, yeah, well, there's no way in on top. Yes, there is. Never mind. Oh, that's open, too.
The thing is, they're going to get in there.
Alright, well, I have some blocks on me. You can't build during. Okay.
You can't build during Horde Night? What?
You can't. Yeah, I don't think you can actually build during Horde
I
time.
think you can.
I'm dead.
What'd you do?
Yeah.
Well, I was on fire, and I ran into a Big Bertha.
Oh, they're in.
Oh, shit.
First one. Second one.
Oh, shit. Alright, I'm heading back for the roof again.
Alright, hang on, I'm trying to get. I can keep coming right when I'm trying to place a block. Get
we're
him, get him.
screwed. I'm on
Oh,
the
they're in
ground.
through the wall. Get out, fall through the trap.
I don't know how to get out.
Just fall through. There's doors on the floor.
No, I'm on the bottom area. I don't know how to get out of here.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Open the door. Open. Oh shit. Ah! I somehow got out. I'm on my motorcycle.
I'm out.
I made it. Alright, come on.
Alright, I'm heading downtown. I'm heading south. Just due south.
Alright, I'm gonna have to go a different route. I got buzzards on me.
I'm gonna have buzzards on me. Oh my god, the fog's so thick I can't see shit.
Yeah, I know. I can't see nothing. Alright, I gotta stop and do something about these buzzards.
I was trapped on the bottom.
Fuck, I'm in trouble. I had to stop to get the buzzards, and the zombies fucking got to me way quicker than I thought. Whew! I got away, though. What direction am I going? I can't see shit.
Alright, I'm inside the Shunk Tower.
Man, I'm on a road somewhere. I see you on the compass. I'm just zigzagging for my life right now. Come on, where's... Alright, I'm going north now. Dang it. South. There you are.
Alright, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm basically holding up in the kiosk.
I found a road. Oof.
Alright, if you can get in, 12
it's
rounds.
over for me. It's over. I ran into a dead end. Oh, shit. If I... Oh. Go. They're right behind. They are on my ass, dude. I'm coming. I'm on foot. I ran into a dead end on the bike, and I'm running into a building now. I don't know if this is the tower or not. It's not.
No, we'll go one more block.
Okay, hang on. I should be streaming this. This is... Oh, shit. I hear you shooting.
Yeah, I'm on the tower's on the east side of the main road.
Holy shit. It's bad. I'm done. Damn.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I couldn't... It's the fog. Couldn't see. Ran into that dead end with the bike.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Alright. So, new plan.
They're gonna...
I'm on my way back to you.
Yeah, they're gonna tear down this kiosk in a minute. Well, not the kiosk, the information desk.
I think if I'd have used the right ladders, that base would have done alright.
I think it would have. Yeah, since they ignored the ladders, it didn't help.
Yeah, I'd just run the ladders all the way down, maybe. And put up some, like, bullshit doors in front of the ladders, so they have to bust through those first.
I could just do stairs for them. Make it easy for them.
Oh shit, what are they doing?
Got
Oh,
500 blocks of steel that I picked up from
nice. From a drop?
thing. No, it was when you complete so many.
Oh,
Rewards.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got concrete for doing that.
So
Alright, so when you come in, run in, and then just run straight to the back. You'll see me. Turn left. Yeah, run in. Keep running straight to the back. Dodge all those bitches. Run straight for that back ladder. Or not back ladder, the back staircase, and I'll meet you in there. Alright, we need to head up this way. How's your parkour?
Good enough. 3, I think.
Okay, then just jump up to here.
Alright.
And this will hold us for a minute, but not forever, so we're just going to have to be prepared. We might have to go up another level.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah. Now, what they may do is they might try to come smashing through this wall here. So we just have to be prepared for that.
Alright, so here's an idea as far as mods go. Traders open 24/7. Next base that crumbles, we run to the traders compound.
Most places, though, that do the trader that's 24/7 have it to where it can be destroyed, though.
That sucks.
Now, I don't know if the mod does that or if it's just the people run it that way.
Five more minutes.
Oh, they are up on that wall right there. Oh.
Yeah, or something close.
It just hit me through the wall. They're like right here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and fall back to the next point. Get them blocks.
Oh, we got one right here. Alright, it's morning. Just make sure it's clear to here. Yeah.
Alright, we could drop outside the window here and come back into the lobby on them now.
They won't be running anymore.
Alright. Oh, my leg is sprained. I figured my boots and my all that would save me, but no. Alright, hey zombies. We got a couple ferals in here still.
Alright, I got one grenade left. I'm ready to use it.
Got some cops. Yeah, it's still dangerous down here.
Oh, look at him
Nice.
pouring off.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, big guy. Not good. Run. Ah!
Yeah, man.
Zombie food. Alright, I'm gonna get my bag and my bike and then I'm coming back. I gotta go sleep.
How's my bike?
Still got 2 levels out of that, so I'll eat the level penalty. And I'm sure we haven't even begun to loot yet, so I'm sure there's some
Oh
stuff
shit,
in
oh
there.
shit, I'm gonna die.
I went and picked up everything. I'm gonna throw it all in the drop box.
Okay. There's a bunch in here in the tower too.
I see it. Get on my motorcycle. I just gotta get on my motorcycle. Five hit points.
Oh man.
Ooh, my heart's pounding.
Nice.
Yeah. The damn vultures used to be able to outrun them on the bike. No.
Not anymore. No, you can kind of like duck and dodge a little bit, but that's about the best you can do, I think.
Had the fog not been there, I think I would have been alright. At least getting to the tower. Man, that fog was shit.
Oh my god. It was like 5 feet.
Worst time for a really bad fog. Oh well, sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you.
Yeah.
Yep.
The one I like is sometimes you're the pigeon, sometimes you're the statue.
There you go.
There's a single horde night yet on this game. On this playthrough.
That's my second one, and yeah, it ended about the same. So here's what I'm going to do now. I see that the cage is just way too weak, so we got to go to the solid iron bars. But instead of deconstructing that thing, I think I'm going to go and I'm going to blast it out and make a pit base. Just, we'll sink the keep all together so it just crumbles. And then that way we ain't got to destroy all that concrete. That would take forever.
It would.
But the outer wall, if we could do it right, yeah, the outer wall should be fine. It's just that if we get the keep gone.
Let's make it smaller too. That way it's easier to defend.
I like that. Do you want to just start a brand new one? We'll lay out some frames. Now, you know I like my wall bases where you got to fight for them. But I like your trap bases too. Because, I mean, the smarter way to play it is the trap. Like, you got it.
Well, like I said, I'm going to try to replicate the horde base that I have on the other server, where basically they there's like a ramp that leads up to a longer ramp with a kind of like a catwalk, and then when it gets to the end of the catwalk, I have basically you put the spheres out, and they think that it's like easily runnable, but they wind up running off, and they kind of just circle, and then while they're circling, you just kill them. The base doesn't kill them, but you kill them.
Well, I don't know for sure what I'm going to do with this thing yet, but that's my first plan. The base of that keep in the center of this thing is small enough that should be able to dig all the dirt out underneath it and just it'll crumble to the ground. Clean up the mess, and then the center wall and the outer wall still be there.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud too, so as I'm
Yeah.
staring at it. But yeah, that cage like that isn't going to work. That was kind of an experiment anyway. That's a double thick cage too. I mean, not having a hatch on the top was a big problem, but I mean, they were coming in the hatch, but they blasted through the wall over there pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, when they got in that way, that was the issue.
Yeah, we were actually managing it while they were coming through the hatch.
I thought there was a...
Where did they breach at? Right here.
Red bag.
So I'd intended to... Ooh, cool.
There should be some bags sitting here under all this debris.
I picked up all the bags that were under the debris. Oh, shit.
Now, there's still a few, like, on the inside, there were some that debris fell on them, and they should be underneath.
Oh, okay.
I got one. I don't know about the rest of them. Did you find the red bag?
Old key. Oh, good. How the hell were they getting in? Oh, it's over here.
On the old one, I think they got in initially on the southwest.
Okay. I'm gonna put the rest of this stuff in that. Got a tier 6 iron pickaxe.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, so yeah, the southwest they breached. And then I think because we had started on the other one, everything wasn't like set or whatever. I think they were able to jump on the north side. I think they were able to jump over there, but they didn't seem to hit a bunch of these. Wait a minute. Where does that go? There's a hole that goes... Oh, for all the electrical parts and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember this part right here, but this seems like a pathway for them to get right up onto the...
Well, and if you look, they came... Initially, the last Horde night, they came in right here.
Yeah.
They jumped, and then they smashed the plate and the gate, and then once they were here, they kind of came in like here, and then once they were here, they were just everywhere.
Well, the cage, like I said, yeah, it is just cobblestone now. Where did they come through? Right here. It was cobblestone over here, so I can see them blowing through that cage. Because, I mean, against a horde like that, there was a lot of glowy guys and whatnot.
Yeah, there were.
I still think I'm gonna take out the middle
Right.
and yeah. But that's for another day. Get myself into the crafting base. Crane, I'm sorry your base didn't work out, buddy. I think you're right. Maybe a different plan with the ladders.
Well, live and learn, right?
Yeah. Now, if you want to do anything, any major changes, like to include demolition, like I'm talking about, to the horde base to make it better, go right ahead, man. But I'm gonna do your setup absolutely.
Yeah. So I think the best thing to do is maybe make some traps on the lower level,
Mm-hmm.
and then make them have to get through the traps and come to us, and then we can fight off whatever's, you know.
Okay. Well, when
Okay.
Pepe built the outer wall, this square around the base, he kind of messed up my plan a little bit, but I liked his idea anyway. He was worth the effort. But I wanted to put electric fences around this thing, you know? I don't know. Yeah, and then blade traps inside, and yeah, the cage ain't gonna work. Anyway,
So-
with that, I'm stumbling.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say if you look at this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just
Oh, you already logged out. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so this shape right there, they will run up this, and they think they can make it all the way across, because those blocks are actually like touching. That's actually a full block next to a full block. And then
Good night, guys.
Nightman.
Good night, man.
And I'll generally make it taller than this. This was just to kind of show like how it would go. But then, and this would be 2 wide instead of 1 thick. This is just like a half of it. But then the base would basically be up here. And then they run this way. They run up here. I usually have an electric fence here, so they hit it and then stop, and you shoot at them there. And then when they start again, they run forward, they fall here, and then I normally put like a blade trap like right there. So if they do that thing where they fall and go berserk, they hit the blade trap, it does damage, they turn back around and then run. Now generally there's like ones on the side that make like the little ramps up, so it's not so blocky. Right. And then they just loop, and they loop, and they loop, and they loop, but they don't attack the base. They just try to attack you.
That was essentially how that was supposed to work over there. But
That's exactly how I thought it was going to work, is that they would climb the ladder. And what I wonder is if instead of the ladders, because they didn't seem to recognize the ladders, I wonder if you had stairs, if they would have tried to climb the stairs instead.
yeah, honestly, I think that's the way to go with it. That way I don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, because if I think you're right. I think they saw those ladders as like a wall block and not like a climbing block, and I think that's where the trouble came in. And what I use down at the bottom, like instead of using stairs, I do like this, like a run up. So no matter where they come from, they can run up and then up they go. Is he still flying around? He is. There you go. You got
Wasting enough ammo on him.
Yeah. And what I'll do is I generally do this too thick, and then let's see if I can put it up. So say this was this thick across, right? And the ramp came all the way up like that. Then what mine has is then, where is it? I don't know if it's called the gable or maybe it's this one. Whoops. And it's not this exact block, but something, imagine something very similar. So then you have, it's a shorter block. Oh, okay, I can't do it anymore because it's about to go unstable. So then they're running across here, and then when you kill them, if they have bags, the bags roll off. And then underneath, like I have like a 5 deep pit that has bars that are really close together that they can't run in, and then the bags just kind of fall into the bottom. So it's kind of like it like collects the bags for you, and then they just fall in. And then generally I have to have like whatever these things, I guess.
Yeah, I think the one you're talking about is this one.
With on top.
Yeah, and then the.
Yeah, I'll have to look on the. But it's very similar to that. Yeah, but that's basically the idea.
It's that one.
Now that one is very pointy. I don't do the one that's so pointy, because then basically what I have is then off to the sides, I have. It's kind of hard to describe. It's like that, but it's not quite as pointy. Now, if it was that pointy, I think it would make more bags fall off, because sometimes they get stuck.
Yeah, it's like
I think
you can't even like stand up here.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like even a person can't stand up there. Well,
Yeah,
I think
it's really hard to do.
I think the one I use is the gable. I don't remember. But what I'll do, so the bottom part, now imagine that there's a pit below it, and imagine that this is like a lot taller. So then I'll have one here and one there, then one here. But I just need to copy that one. There. And then, so then below, and then below this will be a pit. I have these, and they have a hard time, like they don't fall into them well. And then I have another bar above, and I can't remember which one that is. And basically, that runs from all the way across. And when they die, they fall and usually hit this, but the bags then fall off and then hit there, and then slide in.
Nice.
So it basically, and then underneath, basically when you have a big Horde night like we did tonight, and we'll have, I mean, it seems like we have pretty big ones on this server, that what it does is it allows you to easily, oh yeah, here we go, and then something, not this exact one, but something very similar to like that. And then like above, yeah, I'll have to look and see what the pieces are. But basically there's a, between these two, there's another one that runs the length as well, but it's a lot thinner. And it just keeps them from falling into it. Yeah, and basically that's kind of like the idea. And then, but you don't want it so high that if they get knocked off, they have to be able to leave the, like, leave this trench.
True.
But
so that kind of looks like a buried TIE fighter.
Yeah.
Oh.
But something kind of like this. And then there's, you know, the main one runs down the middle. Then there's the one on the outside. And then between them, there's another one that just runs the length as well. I'll have to look at the parts and see what they are.
I really wish there were like more flaming things, like a fire trap, you know, that looks like kind of like a grate with flame coming up through it would be really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be nice. Because unfortunately, the only flame. No, there's mods that have not that, but that kind of idea, you know.
Yeah.
There's one that looks like the plates that open thing, like the trigger plates. There's ones that look like the trigger plates. Yeah, I'll have to go look at the base and see exactly how that was set up. Maybe I'll make a video for myself that I can watch. And the bag part isn't the most important part. The you know, the part just where they kind of run in circles. The fact that they'll run up, and then I kind of I'll take like something like one of these. I don't think it's this exact one. That, and then oh wait, I copy that. Then I'll do that, and then at the end of this I'll put a box that holds 4 of the electric fence traps. and do the same thing over on this side. And then have the electric fence traps basically like cross over the top. So like the electric fence, it's sitting on a plate, but is essentially here. Four here, and then on the other side 4 there, and then they crisscross. So when the zombies run across here, they zap right here and stop. And then we're all over here on a big, platform, like kind of like the size of the platform that you had on the last one. And then in a cage to keep the birds off. You have to worry about the cops spitting. I might adjust that slightly. But then, you're just sitting here blasting them that way when they're frozen. Then they fall off. And if they decide to attack this part of the base, just right here, there's blades. And then normally when they get hit, it knocks them out of the berserker mode. When they take enough fall damage, they just try to smash. And a little bit of damage knocks them out. Then they turn, they run back here, and they just start the whole trip over again. And if you have a sniper, especially if you have like the target penetration, that's when those things shine. I will say. Because when you're... And I don't use the sniper rifle much. But when you're standing here and you just have this straight shot and you can shoot through like 5 at a time, anybody who takes sniper is going to be doing really nice. And then this platform is generally like maybe I make it like it extends like off maybe this far, maybe that deep, then a big cage. And what I did with the last one is that I built a tower up on top, like really high, like 30 blocks up. And then on top I place 16 campfires.
Nice.
But high enough up that you can't hear them crackling all the time. That's kind of like the main thing. And then basically you just hang out in the cage as the screamers show up, and then it just starts the cycle, and you just kill and screamers and kill and screamers, and you just, collect the bags and loot the shit out of it.
Nice.
I gotta look and see what those parts were, though. I don't exactly remember which they all were. Oh yeah, I think...
I think having a base where it's set up so that you have multiple ways that they can come in that you can close the paths to might be a good idea, just in case like one side gets damaged.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because now that we're getting demolishers, we got to that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, the demolishers can definitely screw up everything. Because like on this, if a demolisher exploded on top and managed to take it out, like if it wasn't made out of steel or whatever, yeah, it'd be the end of the base. Yep. Yeah, I think what I need to do is I need to go in and take a bunch of screenshots of my base because I can't remember. I made it like a month ago, and I can't remember how like all the little pieces work. And but I do know that there's a like I build a big pit under this part. I certainly remember that, and this part I know pretty well. This actually I got from somebody else. That was their addition to a horde base we made one time, and I liked the way that worked.
Yeah, I like it. So what if we combined the this design with what had kind of had over there?
To where what they would fall into the pit rather than and just get bladed the shit out of them.
Yeah, so like, yeah, they'd fall into the pit. Oh shit! That's not all right. Okay. All right.
So instead of like not have a bag collection, have it like be a murder pit instead. That would make it definitely easier to build. I wouldn't have to remember like half as much shit.
So like, instead of so we can still have a murder pit, but then have like a way for them to climb out.
Yes. Yeah.
And
I had that too, like because those gaps, when they were ragdolling, sometimes they would fall on the inside, and then what I did was on the pit. Now I used ladders, but this part of the base back here, they would come. The pit went underneath, and then eventually they would come to a ladder, and they would come out. They would climb out, and I called it the base's butthole because it would like poop out the zombies that made it down there. But what you could do is have like a pit dug right here that they would fall into, and have a bunch of traps and shit that would carve them up, and then have just like stairs that they could crawl out of. And once they crawled out, then they would just start running back this way again.
Yeah, like you could put have ramps coming up the side right here. That went down into your pit, and then they could just run back up and come straight over here.
Yeah.
So if we make it 3 wide, put the oh shit. So we put the blade traps like say here,
but in the pit, you mean like buried?
Yeah, in the pit.
Yeah.
So that they fall off.
Yes.
And
well, the place that they fall off, they generally don't fall off the sides. Where they fall off is here.
Right.
It's like a waterfall. They just run up in waterfall. So like this area right here is where like 90% of them are gonna fall. Is right in here.
Yeah. So if we put, like let's say this is the whole pit. So they would have to, like they'd fall here.
Yeah.
And run past all of these
blades. Yeah.
Blades
exactly.
just come back up.
And then have them have to turn here, and then boop, out they go. Oh, we're about to have a server reset. Yeah,
Yep.
I think that would be good. And then we don't have to worry about the bags because the part of the reason why I had the bags set up is on the other server, they had the bags timed to where they didn't last the whole Horde night. So if you had to wait till the end of Horde night, they were gone.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. So we had to have a way to catch them, but we were able to do the whole Horde night and come back and get all the bags. But I think that would be good. Like have it so they run up this way. They run here. They think they're going to make it across. And here, there's like 2 hatches that you can flip up and still fire over. So even if they get a good jump and land here, they don't get in. But like 90% of them will fall into here. And then, like I said, then they have to run past the blades and then have ramps leading up here and here. And then as soon as they get out, they come right back around and start to go up again.
There's another vulture.
Yep. And I don't even know if you necessarily have to have it 3 wide.
Well,
Because
I think the pit,
oh, go ahead. The pit you probably want 3 wide, yeah.
yeah.
But this, I would say, like, the narrower this is, and then you use kind of like, the same thing like here, you use kind of like these kind of ramps. And like the little curved ones. So they don't get stuck on the corners. Oh, why didn't it work?
Got it.
But this kind of idea. So then they they run up, maybe even smooth this one out, or have it to where like have the kind of ladder that they do like just right here in case, and then just over and over and over they go. There's even a smoother piece you can put here. Like this would actually go in one further. And you would use like a, I don't know exactly which one it is, but it's something like this. But like one of the like slight, I don't know if it's like this one, but something like one of these, but that's more tapered or whatever. And and then they just over and over and over they go, and then like I said, they'd fall, they'd hit the blades. The only problem with the blade traps, I should probably log off. The only problem with the blade traps, as being the thing that actually kills them, is that if it's the blade traps that kill them, you lose the XP. Unless you have advanced engineering. And then even at max advanced engineering, you only get 50% of the XP. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing when you have like hordes that are huge like this. You want to kill them, but there is a loss of XP when the base is killing them.
Right.
So ideally, what you want is that they fall into the blade traps, survive, and then get up top where you shoot them, and one of us gets the kill. I think that's ideal.
Right. So, what do you think about?
But
like,
with max
two blade
64, though, well, I'm not so worried about the loss of the XP all that much, because I'm getting good XP while we're playing. And at this stage of the game, we don't have a ton of ammo. We don't have a lot of the high-end M60s and stuff that, like, it's hard for us to kill them without the traps. So I think at this stage of the game, I think having more traps is probably better. And if they steal a little bit of XP, well, that's fine. We didn't die. Like, I think that's okay.
Yeah, I'd rather not die
Yeah,
because
exactly.
that penalty's rough.
Yeah, exactly. Huge XP loss there. And I think you're better off that way. And then I think as we go forward, we just shift the traps to slow and disable them. And then just, to the point there where we get the kill. We can also do something like the the stand that we're going to be on the side that they can't just crawl up on. We can have the front side of that bars, so when they fall into the pit and are being hit by the blades, we can be on ground level or close, as long as they don't think they can smash through the bars. Like if they still think the best way is to jump in on top of us, and that way when they hit the blades, we're shooting them. And
Right.
if you're firing fully auto, you're probably going to get the kill. Or if we're throwing in Molotovs, we're probably going to get the kill. But just something to think about, because even the electric fences, they don't do a lot of damage. But if they get the kill, you do lose it like I said, until you get Advanced Engineering 4 or whichever it is, whatever it goes up to, and then you get 50. You still get 50% of the kill, the XP, and that's nice because then you could have a fully AFK base and just kind of sit back and like drink beer and like watch the base kill them for you and just be like, ha,
Yeah. And another thing we can do is put the traps on switches so that we can use them just to kind of thin out the horde, and then turn them off to get kills.
Yeah, we could do that too. Yep.
And then that too also saves the durability of the traps.
That's true too. Yeah, and the base that I have, I find that I am repairing a lot because as they're doing damage, they're taking a lot of damage themselves.
What are your thoughts on floating bases?
I mean, I'm fine with them, personally. Generally, what I find is that if you're playing on a big public server, they are disallowed. But I don't think that's going to be the case here.
So what I was thinking of, the platform itself where we would fight would be a floating base, and then we'd have the pit underneath it and stuff for them to run around in and get beat up. If we made it in such a way that the base was kind of hollow, so we could drop down grenades and things if they're piling up down there.
Mm-hmm.
And then have the spheres with the ramps and stuff coming up, so that there's still the opportunity to get into melee and fight for the walls and things like that. Because like we could put in the floating base an area down at the bottom where you can shoot anything that falls down in the pit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have somebody up top that's of course manning that. And I think it would give it a pretty good chance of survival.
Mm-hmm.
Because floating bases, they still have weaknesses.
Yeah.
It's just, you're not going to have a base crumble on you like that did tonight.
Yeah, and And occasionally, I mean, they do sometimes find a way to hit the parts that are floating. I mean, they do occasionally do that. But it's more rare. Like, they do seem to have a harder time, getting up in there.
And then there's always the demolishers that could take the parts out too.
Yeah, that's true.
And the cops, their little AOEs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we can do a lot with it. As far as the old keep goes, and tearing that down, that's gonna take a long time, even with explosives. I feel like just cause.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if you do use dynamite, it would be pretty quick. I mean, I don't know that you have to tear it down. I mean,
yeah.
If you wanted to use those walls, then I could see the value in it. If you weren't planning on using any part of it, I wouldn't see the point of tearing it down.
I think it's too big. You just don't have the manpower to cover all the walls. Even one wall is huge for one person.
Yeah, it is a big keep. Now, I think if we had like 6-8 people playing every time, it would probably be different,
Yeah. But then, with 64 zombies per person, or whatever they've got it set to.
Oh shit!
Yeah. That's why there's just so freaking many.
Oh, I didn't realize. So basically, because there were 3 of us on, it just made it like that much harder.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And if everybody sinks in just a couple points into the advanced engineering, like I've got 3 points into it.
Yeah.
Just enough so that you're getting some of the XP from the traps. We're still going to get those levels.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and it's not a bad idea to have advanced engineering. I mean, it's definitely not. In the beginning, it's just harder, But you would still get the XP from the traps, yeah. Let's see, what is that? That's, let's see, intelligence, advanced engineering. So advanced engineering 10, or 5 is intellect 10. So it is hard to get up to. But also, if you had a way to shoot down or shoot them while they were in the pit trap area, or I mean they're running through it, just have a couple grenades and then you area of effect and take like 5-6 kills at a time, and it doesn't matter who gets the kill. As long as a human gets the kill, you share all the XP equally, so that part like smooths itself out. But I mean, and eventually, obviously, advanced engineering is nice to have. Just as a skill, it's nice.
Do you know if you have Dart Trap? The ability to make one?
I'll check. I don't think I do, but let me see. Oh, you know what though? Yeah, I do. I can make a dart trap. Yeah.
So we can put some pressure plates on the bottom of the the pit, put some dark traps down there, and then we don't have to worry too much about um, the blades like stealing the kill. It'll just knock them out of berserk mode, and then send them back on their way.
Well, and also too, when they get knocked out of berserk mode, if you only have it up against the platform that you're on, as soon as they get knocked out, if you don't make them run through a gauntlet, they get hit by the blades mostly and then turn and leave. So they'll take the damage and occasionally get killed. And the same way that you're saying, like have them, just, they jump off, go to berserk mode, they punch the base a couple times, the blades hit them, they turn around and then run. The problem with the stealing the kills, I think, is only if you just, like I said, make them run the gauntlet.
Right.
And then, because you're, basically at that style or that kind of setup is the point is that the blades are going to kill them. But once again, if you lose a little bit of XP, or if you're on that platform shooting down, you're going to be getting some of it too.
Yeah.
Or if you throw a grenade down there. I don't know how much damage grenades do to... I guess I have to check their block damage. I don't have any grenades on me. I used them all up.
Yeah, I think grenades still... Let's see. So you got...
They do some block damage.
We can make pop bombs. They don't do a whole lot of block damage and deal a decent amount of
That's true.
damage.
But also, like, if you had it something like this... Let me see. And also, like, imagine the model that I made. Like, the ramp is, like, 3 blocks higher, too. Like, I made it just kind of low to show, like, kind of the idea or whatever. But...
Right. There's a catwalk piece that it's triangular,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a hard time navigating around it, and usually they'll try to jump on it and then fall off. I've seen some bases that are based off of multiple tiers of this, and then most of the zombies were just falling off and then coming back up, and he would just use the bazooka thing.
Oh, right.
And then, like, I've never even gotten my this demolition up that high. I don't even know what it's called. And then Molotovs and pop bombs, stuff like that, down at the base. And it took very little damage. Most of the damage was done from his rocket launcher.
Right. Well, and the rocket launcher doesn't do that much damage as long as you're using the rocket frags. It's when you're using the high explosive ammo that you tend to do, like, the most damage. Let's see.
I wish I knew how much damage they take per block fallen. So
Oh,
I'm
when they fall,
yeah,
it's out there somewhere. I don't know exactly what the calculation is. They have to fall a long, long way in order to kill them, though.
yeah. I've seen some bedrock bases and stuff like that, and like they still have them, going up high, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and when those bedrock bases, a lot of what I've noticed that they do too is instead of the blades, they use the electric fences. Oh shit!
yeah.
Get out of here, dog! Jesus! I was sitting here talking, looking at the base, like messing with the pieces, and all of a sudden this direwolf's just like munching my ass. Guess what? It's direwolf bacon, buddy. So I'm trying to think of, okay, so if we did like this, and then not having the blade traps, I'll have to just do these as stand-ins, but kind of like actually I'm gonna use a half block for that. Are you logging back in or are you off for the night?
I'm gonna log back in so I can see what you're doing. So I'm gonna call her not pretty soon.
Yeah, I probably am too. I'm just trying to get a idea of what you're saying and then see how we can combine this up, because I don't think the bag portion of it is as important because we seem to have time to pick up the bags.
Right.
What I wonder about is the pathing. But now we could just make it to where it's so difficult to path into it this way that they wouldn't even try. And honestly, if they think that they have an easy way to run in, they're always going to try to run, like through an open path.
You back over there?
Yeah.
By the one spot?
Yeah, I'm by just the little, not the actual, like the base, but like just the little test set up. So what I was thinking with what you were saying is so we could have like, these are just like stand-ins for blades, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'd have to be careful that these supports would get in the way, but we could make it to where they didn't, like maybe there instead. And then maybe like, as long as that, wherever it would be that they didn't touch, you know? And then obviously you'd have to have a place to stand in there, but this was just kind of a mock-up. So if you had like this, so you could have one of the places that you could fight, and you'd have like a ladder leading down to this as a fighting position, right? So you could have one person down here, and then as they hit the blades, just like ripping into them, right?
Right.
And then the other person, let me just get my way out of here. Then you'd have the other people would be up here, and then as the zombies were coming up and running down here, we'd be fighting there. And then imagine these are electric fences, right? And then the way I have them set up is you run the power to the back ones, and then you run the back one to the opposite front corner. So to there. So basically these two would be connected to those two would be connected to those, and you have a double crisscross. And this is longer too. Like this is all obviously short as well. But they run up here, and as soon as they hit here, you're blasting. You're blasting. They hit here, get electrocuted, and usually get slowed down and stop about here. So at that point, the person or people up here are just ripping into them. Then, if they're not dead and they make it, they run forward and fall here. And if they're angry, because remember this is like going to be several blocks higher, they run forward, they attack the base, the blades hit them, all the while that the person in here is blasting them. Then they turn, run, they're getting munched by the blades, people are shooting them, and then we have ramps that come out of, because obviously these are going to be in a pit too a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe don't even need to be, honestly. I mean, the blades could just be here to protect these supports, and then if they decide to run this way, they don't get caught up in it. But they could be in a pit. But if it's in a pit, then you have a way for them to get out maybe here and here, and then they just start up and do the thing again, and then basically just have two fighting stations. Fighting up here, shooting them when they're being electrocuted, you're going for the headshot. And then you have the person down here that while they're getting the blades, they're just rat-a-tatting them right here too.
Yep. So I was thinking, if this was a floating base here,
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't have like them and stuff, and then we wouldn't have to worry about them going into berserk mode and attacking this.
But if it was a floating base, would we be above? Would we have to like do something like this maybe, and then maybe do I guess this? So basically a floating base, and then there is a pit here, is what you're saying, right? There's like a pit here.
Right.
And then the people standing in here would be standing, instead of on dirt, they'd be standing on structure. And then if those blades were down there, then they just shoot down into them instead of straight across or whatever.
Right.
I think that would work too.
And let's see. I feel like you'd be safe enough in this area that if you were to put like a door sideways or something right here, you could open it up and throw your Molotovs and grenades and whatever out.
Mm-hmm. Or like a hatch.
Yeah, or like a hatch. Because like the only thing you really have to worry about down here is things spitting at you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And the bars aren't going to protect you from that.
Right.
Yeah, I think that would work. And also too, depending on where, like if there was a pit here, the blade traps could be underneath too, below you, instead of above you. Now you can have above and below too, because the blade trap here covers this top part, And if it was one deeper, you could have the blade, because the blade trap is like it's a 9 square, you know. So like this blade trap protects there, and this blade trap protects here. And then if you had one below, because this one also protects this bar, and this one protects this bar. And if you had one below here, like if we were dug down below there, you could put the blade trap there, and you could have this whole... God, what would it be? 6 by 6. You basically this whole 6 by 6 area, including all the bars, like anybody even touching the bar area. And like I said, that could be a hatch. Let's see what that would look like. Let's do
I'll be right back.
All right. Huh, I never thought about the door sitting sideways either. That's interesting. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Huh, interesting. But no, I think you'd want it going up.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, let's see. I think if you did like... Right, it wouldn't necessarily be bars here. It could be like a plate or something like that. This is just giving something the door to attach to. Oh. Or not. Maybe there and there. Would that do it?
I think you had the door attached to the spiky things without any support underneath it.
That, I think you're right. Yeah, let me see. Here, I added another plate, so we'll see if that does it. Because I think, well, at first I was saying you would want it to fold up. But no, that wouldn't work. Well, that might. The problem though is that is going to interfere with, yeah, see, this is on the outside, so that's actually going to be, that would interfere with the blade. I think what you'd want is to have it like this, but hold on, let me try this again.
Would it really interfere that much though?
Well, yeah, because technically it's in the same plane with the door, with the spike. Because the door actually takes up these 2 blocks out here, and so does the spikes. So I think what you'd want to do is Alright, come on, smash. You'd want it so technically the 2 blocks that the door takes up are on the inside. And would... Almost, wait. There and there. There we go. That's it.
All right, I'm going to throw a Molotov out and see what happens.
Alright, I'm going to get the hell out of here. Nice.
Cool.
Hell yeah. And that way it's out of here. It's not in the way of this there. And you could actually do that with this with vault doors. I mean, you could make it that strong. And you could fight, but if, you know, if things got crazy, you could just flip.
Yep.
Shoot,
So,
if you had them on vault doors, you could even put those little strips to where they were closed unless someone actually stepped up into this position, and then it would just open. I mean, that would be a lot going on.
Would be.
And really, you wouldn't even need... Let me see if I can remove that. This could be plates instead. Because with that way... Yeah, that's how you'd want it. Yeah, so you could do it like that, and that way, like, if the cop, like, did his, like, I'm about to spit move, boop, he just spits and hits the wall. Then, boop, open it right back up. Or if he's about to explode, same thing, boop, just close it. But yeah, if you can throw Molotovs out of that, which it looks like you could, and then it doesn't interfere with the blades. You wouldn't actually be hitting the blades, but you'd have blades right in front of you. But I don't think Molotovs would hit the blade. That would be something you'd want to check, is to see if Molotovs would actually hit the blade. But I think the Molotov would pass through the blade.
Yeah, I think it just... I don't think Molotovs deal structural damage.
Now let me see if I can remove this. Yep.
They deal 5 block damage.
Yeah. And that's okay. Well, I just want to make sure that the Molotov wouldn't hit the blade. Because remember, like here, the blades are going to take up this whole circle around it. You wouldn't want to throw it out and have the blade hit the Molotov, because then you would catch on fire.
Right.
Because these are just, you know, just being stand-ins or whatever. But I think that would work. I like your idea with the doors turned sideways like that. Just using them as big hatches. And then, yeah.
You could even do that on top.
You could. And what I did before was here I put hatches here and here, right? And then this whole edge, basically we were in a cage. And then
Right.
and while we were fighting, had those there. And that way if something jumped across and like the cage, like the bars came down a little bit. So there was only this little space. So like jumpers would normally try to jump and they'd normally hit that. Or if something taller like a demo happened to make it across, because occasionally they'll be going fast enough and they'll land on this block, this, like the sphere, the half sphere, and if they land here and there's nothing there, they just step in. But if they land on the half sphere and those are there, they get stuck, and that's when you pull out the melee, you know, and you just whoop their ass.
It's pop in the head.
Yeah, exactly. But then, let's see, let me do this. So then you go here, 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 here. And this, I mean, and this platform would probably be a little bit deeper, right? But then you'd have something like that and that. And then for us, you'd have something like this, or, you know, with the other stairs, you maybe use the ones that look a little better. But, and then that's how we get in and out, you know. And this is a little deeper, but, and at first I would put I messed around with having hatches there, but it wound up just being kind of a pain in the butt. But then these would kind of go up like this, and then the cage, you know, if you wanted to make it a screamer base too, you would then have somewhere in here like this, and then this would just go up and up and up and up, and then way up there. Now the way I had it, these were not there. They had a cage, and then these started sitting on the cage. So you had like a, you know, complete freedom except for where the ladders were. Although, if this were, like, say, like this, right? It's not always a bad idea. Like, if you were up here and saw a screamer was about to spit, just to be able to have a place to take cover if you wanted it. But I don't know. Yeah. I mean, all that can be, you know, figured out. And then what? And I guess you'd have to figure out whether you wanted this to be bars, and it could be bars, but you'd have the ability to shoot anything out there. It might be best if it was only bars facing forward. And then maybe plates in back, and that way the spitters couldn't hit you from the back.
Yeah, I think that'd be the best of all.
Something like that. Yeah, you're probably right. Or maybe, like, you know, like just to, like, there, maybe that portion of it, and then from there go to, like, plates. Let me see if this will do a copy rotation. Yeah, no. The only problem with going this way is if something gets up behind you. Now, also what I did too, actually, which was different, was I didn't have plates there. What I did was I came out one. And we'd have to, well, and remember, this would be higher than the blades hitting it, because the actual level would be higher. But I did like one of these kind of running around the whole thing. And then started the walls going up. But what that allowed is if something did start hitting the wall, you could actually step out over it and be directly above it and shoot it.
Yep.
And then we could have...
I think loading, we don't have to worry about that so much.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
It'd also be a good idea just to keep them from stacking up.
Yeah. Well, and hopefully they're not going to want to stack up. Because hopefully when they get down here, they're going to be on the ground and say, oh, wait, no, I'm trying to get into the base. I need to come up and run over here. And then they'll fall if they take damage, enough damage. blades hit them, they turn around, and hopefully that's what you're going to have, is just this constant motion of them just running in this loop. And let's see, and then like these little pieces actually are not the exact ones that I would use. I would actually use the ones that were offset. Oh, well, I just broke it, but whatever.
So I think a 3-block pit and then it's a floating base all the way around. And if it's 6 by 6, this little thing right here,
Right.
then well,
I think you want it a little bit bigger than that.
yeah, but basically, let's see.
Like, I think 8 by 8. I think you could get away with an 8 by 8.
Yeah, 8 by 8. So that means that your pit needs to be 12 blocks wide, 12 by 12,
Right.
on just around this part. What was
What's
that?
Huh? You hear something? Oh, vulture.
Oh,
Good ear. I didn't hear him coming down before.
good. There it is. Grab the feathers for him.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, yeah, they'll come under here because there was another one.
Kill his ass too. Is he coming?
Yeah, he's coming.
Yep. Well, and I'm a little injured, so. Yeah, because the less they think they can smash and hit underneath here, the better. Because we want them. Because like if you pull up your like a block, right? When you look at this, there's technically no gap between these, as far as the game is concerned. Because this is a block that's on the left. Well, like here, actually, let me go on this side. So this half sphere right here, it looks like a full sphere, but it's actually the two half spheres. This half sphere takes up it's on the right side, but its full block takes up the left side too. And then this half sphere is on the left side, but its full block takes up the right side. So as far as the game is concerned, these are actually two blocks that completely abut each other. So for pathing, they're going to think that they can run that. And they're going to think that the easiest way... And they love attacking doors. Like, even when there's an easier way, they'll often attack a door unless it's way harder. So if they think they can get into this part of the base by coming up through here, and that's the important part too, is what we have to have, like, this hole leading down. Because we want them to think that they can get here by going up that ramp. We want them to think they can go up the ramp, jump across that spot, and get down to us in here. And the easiest way to do that is to go up the ramp.
Right.
And even better, if this base is floating, then they're going to almost ignore the bottom of it, even if they do go berserk. Is my guess. I don't really build a lot of floating bases, but the reason I don't normally, I guess the reason I haven't explored it much is because a lot of the servers I play on, they don't allow floating bases, so I've never really had the opportunity to play with them because it's banned or whatever.
Yeah. Well, nobody has said anything about not having floating bases.
Well, and I don't think they will because it's just some we're just all people that want to play together. There's not this overall arching, 300 people community of people who are going to try to get one up on each other. All of us are planning on using the same base, we're all just kind of buds that are playing.
Right.
And we're on the same team. And I think that makes a difference.
Yeah, it really does.
Oops. Now, how deep is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This could actually be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, this is only 6 across. So it probably could be 6 by 6, actually.
So what I was thinking, what is it? 8 blocks before it's unstable?
You know what? I don't remember. I know if you use steel, it's a little more than it is if you're not using steel.
16, I think. I think it is.
I don't know that it goes 16. It might do 5 or 6. I mean, we could check it. But if I didn't put these bars in here, oh, actually, okay. If I removed both of those, this would collapse.
Yeah.
So these support blocks are definitely required. And honestly, for pathing purposes. Oh shit! I ran out of blocks. Shit, another bird. Damn it, bird. Ha! Thanks. Stupid ass bird. Oh shit. Okay, well I just collapsed it. Oh well.
Interesting. So these little bushes, I get 3 wood.
Oh yeah, yeah.
From a machete, but I only get 1 when I punch it or 1 when I use an axe on it.
Really?
Oh, I only got 1 that time. Got 3 that time.
But you get more from the machete.
Yep.
Huh, that was damage from the collapse.
Okay, so I'm thinking we do the 6x6 main part here, and then we'll have two things coming up the center like we do now,
Right.
and then the pit that goes around it would just be a 4 by however long we make it. That way they'll either fall in the center or they'll fall off to the side.
Right. Yeah.
But if we make it a 6x6, then we can put the blade traps in, and have, say, 4 of them going like this.
And
but then over here,
yeah,
maybe just the ramp coming up this way instead of coming up this side.
Right.
It'll be like off by 1. Then they'll have to do that.
Yeah. And this part doesn't have to be in the pit. Like, the pit can go just this area.
Right.
And we can keep this ramp this short, or we can extend it. We probably want to extend it a little bit because it's going to be like 2 blocks taller. Maybe 1 block taller. I think this needs to be... Oh, how did that go? Well, it might not need to be taller if it's going to be in a pit. But you just don't want them to be able to like punch around on this, because right now this is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you want like 4 clearance. So you kind of want this to be like 1 higher, really. And another reason that you want this tower here, basically, so this tower here, if you ever want to use it as a screamer base, you want to have it, like I said, really high up in the air, so you can have all your fires, but high enough that you're not having to listen to it all the time, because it's really annoying. But also, somewhere up there, you want to have if you can make one, have your solar panels, and then, your battery bank somewhere up there protected as well.
Right.
And you can have those inside of here, but you'd want to have them in like I don't know, like maybe here if you're going to do that. Have them, whoops. Like maybe like behind here, have them like maybe mounted to the ceiling, or just so if you were fighting in here and some cop spit did get in, you would want to have them maybe like mounted back here somewhere. Or maybe even have like a door right here. And that way when you're fighting here, if you just whatever's back here is going to be protected. So you could have like the wires from the solar panel would come down into your battery bank, and then you could have your switches back here, and like this would be like your control room.
I like it.
Where'd that go? Yeah, so like something like that.
Yeah, I like putting my stuff up like that.
What would that be? What do you mean?
So like that would be like my generator and my switch and stuff like that.
Yes, yes. But what I would say is instead of putting it in this room, because if you're standing right here and a cop spits, the area of effect is going to hit that generator. But if you put it back here, then as long as that door's closed, you're safe. So
Yep.
like have it like in this spot, you know what I mean?
Okay, so let me ask you this. So this is a 6x6.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so what if in the center you have the door here, and then you had two solid walls on each side, so that you can just duck off to the side like this if there's a cop down here.
Oh, just put hatches here instead of these?
No, so you'd put a full door here,
Uh-huh.
but it would take up this space and this space instead of the two spaces that it's taken up. So you would have
Oh, I see. Have it centered.
have it centered. Yeah, that's the word I was saying.
Oh yeah, that would work. It would definitely limit your field of fire. But you could have like a plate here instead. Yeah, that's
So I don't think it would limit it too much though, just because you're firing into this pit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Alright, so let's see. If we have a plate. And then we'll copy that rotation there. And that rotation there. And then the door. No, not that way, because that way it's going down. Oh, shit.
Gosh.
Had it.
Oh, that was me.
Well, that's another interesting thought, too. So what if... Okay, so that's the door going down. You want it to face up. Almost. Nope. So you could also do it like that and have it close like that. And that basically like open is closed and it gets the frame out of the way.
Yeah. And yeah, I think you'd have plenty of field of vision there.
I think you're right.
And then, you just like you duck over here, and if you go to the corner, you can't even see any of that stuff. So, like, you don't have to worry about cop spit or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if those gaps are a problem. See, it would be either like that or the door or the frames in the door. Either way, it would close. I don't know which way would be better.
I don't think you have to worry about these little tiny gaps here. I think that would be considered cover. It kind of looks neat that way, though.
It kind of does. The one thing though that if we upgraded it, yeah, that is a thought though. If we upgraded it, it would look strange as a vault door.
Yes, it would.
Unless it was actually like in. Okay, no, that's not the one. Moving forward. Right now I can't find that same. See, that's not right, because that would be it opening down. That's it. Yeah, there we go. I'm just putting that in so I don't accidentally pick that up. Yeah, and then the frame's in, and then that way if this were upgraded... Oh, I don't have any whatever on me, but yeah. No, you're right, and you would have full field of view, but you would have a place to duck. And if you ever needed to, just close it.
Yep,
but then, yeah.
Yeah.
And then back here, like, have the generator like this. And then put your switches here.
Yep.
And that way they're completely, even if this door is open, they're not in direct line of fire. But as soon as the door is closed, it's safe. And you could have one switch for the wires, one switch for the blade traps. Oh, I know. What's that?
If you put the relays down at the bottom, right there,
right,
you could run it to the traps, and it wouldn't look as ugly because it's going to be going essentially through your floor.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you could even have it underneath here too. Like we could have it underneath, like because this part will probably be a floor. It won't be dirt.
Right.
And we could even have trenches dug too. I noticed that the other base you had a hatch that went down to trenches or whatever.
Well, in this space over here, that's how I hid the wire relay.
Yeah, I was wondering what this was, and I thought, oh, it's a pit. Oh shit! Ouch! Stupid thing. But then I looked down, and I was like, oh, that's like a manhole cover for a wire relay.
So I had it wired where it's going underneath the ground to come up here to these
right
things. But what I should have done was had it here instead of there. I couldn't because there's plates right here. That's what I.
Yeah, I mean, and you could have, dug. You could have dug, and like I like bearing wires. I'm a big bearing wire kind of guy. what I like is the mod that lets you do the hidden wires. Although in Alpha 21, wires are going to turn invisible unless you're holding a wire tool.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's one of the very few changes I'm excited for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel the same way. There's a lot of them that I'm not excited for.
Let's see.
But yeah, I think this could be a pretty cool base design. And I think that whoa, jeez, swing at stuff. And I think dig it down to where we're not standing on dirt, you know. And then obviously with the pit here, we'd want the wall extended down into the pit. And I think the pit should be made of steel or concrete too, not dirt.
Because we want them coming up through here, just to get hit by the blade traps instead of like digging holes.
Yeah,
digging their way out of this way.
Yeah, I mean, and we could even have the whole pit have sloped walls, so when they hit the pit, they're hitting the blade traps, but then just running to any edge and running up. It doesn't even have to be like a specific ramp. This could be like 3 deep and then just have ramp that gets them out. Like have basically like a big bowl all the way around, except for here. Well, I mean, they could even run up here. They could run up there to get out. Just this part would be flat. Just a big bowl, except it has one flat side. And then if it was deep enough, just below it, like right where the dirt is in that block, we would have another blade trap. Like attached to the wall. And then this whole wall would be protected by blade traps. I mean, presumably you could protect the whole base with blade traps. If the pit was all the way around the base. Because I guess if it's going to be floating, it would be.
Yep.
Now, if you do that, you'd have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 blade traps and 2 electric fences. So that would be a lot of power. But really, I don't think we'll need the floating base. Because as long as they think they can enter the base by running up the ramp, they will. And that's what we want them to do.
True.
Now also... yeah.
I just want a floating base.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But now also, with this here, we couldn't put blade traps on these walls if these plates are here, though.
Right, but we wouldn't need them because they're going to be 2 blocks up anyway. So, like, the floor, the thing is going to be, like, right there. So they'll just run underneath it. The whole base.
Yeah, I don't really know how you mean with the floating base, like exactly how it would be floating or where it would be floating.
Okay, so let's
Because I imagine the base is going to be one block actually deeper than this, because the soil underneath is going to be a block, right?
Okay, so it's going to be like that.
Right.
Do it this way. Let's see. In place. That. And then. So let's say we have a pit dug out underneath it,
Okay.
right? So this is the floor of the base,
Okay.
and so they'll just like they won't even target this part because it'll be floating. The only thing that'll actually hurt it is if they target that block
Right.
specifically. Um, so we could even do it where it's 3 deep, and then we know that they can't actually hit it. And so essentially, this is a 4x1 area right here. So we dig the pit out so that it's 8x8. That's just underneath this thing.
I don't know. I really worry about the structural stability of that. It concerns me. Because if the whole base, basically at that point, the whole base is being held up by these pillar. Oops, shit. Wait, let me fix that. So at that point, the whole base is being held up by these all the way around. But there's nothing supporting the actual underside of the base. I think that's too far. I don't think it'll do 16 spaces or whatever. Because it might hold up. I don't know. It might. But I think where we're going to run into a problem is at the center of the base. The blocks at the center are going to be so far from the support beams. Now, there is an interesting base style that I saw that used semi-floating bases that used this block. If I can find it. These.
Because they have really small hip boxes.
Yeah, because they have really small hit boxes, exactly. And you use them as columns, basically. Now, I've seen that done quite a bit, and there's actually a smaller block than that. But basically just tiny, tiny. And like I said, I think there is even one smaller than that. It's like called like a filler or corner. Oh, I guess it's that pole corner.
There's an option for this. They can't go underneath the base.
Now that's interesting too. And you could run that all the way across. And that would be considered supported. Yeah, I think that has a pretty good chance of working.
Hey, cat.
But there are some really tiny pieces that are considered blocks. Now that I think that might do. And if they got down and started ducking, that's fine. Let them run around and duck.
Yep. And as far as that goes, you can make part of the floor. No, I wouldn't even do it that way. Nothing spits up at you. Yeah, just make it like this.
Oh, here was that tiny, tiny ass little piece. Yeah, this little thing. Like those tiny, tiny ass little bits.
Shit, that's tiny.
Yeah. And technically, they are structurally stable. So you could do those as like poles. I don't know how you'd work it in. And it's kind of floating. But you could have, like, imagine being under the base. Like, imagine the base was right above it. And then... Whoops. God, they're so small. I could wind up flinging them everywhere. And they can walk in between these. And basically you just have like the whole outside. Basically everything below ground. This is your wall below ground. Are these little dots. And then when you come over here, you do the same thing. There. Like I said, just, still imagine that this is actually underneath the base, not up against the side of the base. But basically, that's an extension of this wall here, but down below. And it still floats, and the hitboxes are very small. But when they walk in, like they can just, they can pass in between them so they don't get stuck and get all pissed about it. But all that is technically a fully functional support piece. And hell, there might even be a corner for that too. Yeah, it's a little bigger, but you could even do a corner piece. And like basically,
You think the zombies would try to path on that?
What's that?
You think the zombies would try to path on that?
Would they like try to jump on it?
Yeah, like if you use these little pieces over here in place of the spheres.
No, we tried that once and there was an issue with it. I don't know what it was. Technically, they should want to, but for whatever reason they don't. But if imagine we lifted the whole base up 3 and set it down like on top of these, and then the floor would be like right here. Because if, from here, let's see, it would have to actually be flipped over. Yeah, so technically, those little blocks there, and those plates are touching, technically. So 3, basically 3 high, and then Yeah, because this one's on the outside. That's not even above. That's attached to the side. But like, yeah, so like for there, but technically these blocks here are sitting on top of these blocks here. So if these blocks here were level with the ground, with a pit coming out, the base could be sitting on those. So basically those blocks there would be the ones in here inside the fighting position, would be those plates, and they would all be sitting on these blocks. And that would be structurally stable. For sure. And if you needed to, you could even put more. Like you could even put like these blocks on the inside, like any places that it was required. You could even have like a block sitting like this. No, not that block. Wait, this block. Copy. So you have a block sitting there, and then a block sitting. Oh, I don't even know how that. There we go. Wait, because it's on the side. Damn, I don't even know how that. Oh, I see. This block, for some reason, when it sets, it can let it be either in the corner or in the middle. Oh, yeah, okay. So this little block, it's actually very versatile, apparently. You can have this tiny little bit either sitting on the side of a block or in the corner of a block.
Okay.
Well, I did not know that. That's really weird. So you could even have them like underneath as supports as these tiny, tiny ass little blocks. I don't know though. What I wonder is when you get up under there, what would happen with the base fall, or when you started upgrading it. Like I said, I don't know. I haven't played with the floating blocks. I've seen some people use these, and even in some cases, not even get in trouble. Because they were like non-essential base parts or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I'd like to play with it though. Because if you could discourage them from attacking the base even more, that would make it even more likely that they would try to follow the path and then fall in the pit and just keep doing that over and over and over again.
Right. And let's say that something like this right here, a demolisher blows up, breaks it. The only thing that's going to happen is they're just going to run around not attacking anything. Because
yeah. Or they might try, but the hitboxes, like you said, are really tiny.
Right.
Now, ideally, this would be made out of steel, though. Like, this whole part would be made out of steel.
Right.
And the worst that would happen, hopefully, is that you would lose the traps, but the loop would, the loop would stay intact.
Because even if that happens, you can still just keep shooting them.
Mm-hmm. Now, I think it still might be a good idea to have the bars extend out here and then put plates on the walls, but have a way. Well, I don't know. It depends. If they're not going to attack the walls, But it's not a bad idea to have a way to shoot down on them if they don't do what you want them to do. Or if any of them go all weird.
True. So one thing you could do is do that with let's
And have like a door that you could just creep out and run around the outside if you had to.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you could.
So we could. I say we build this, and then we'll test it out on the next horde, and then if we're ever on and we just want to grind some XP, we'll throw some campfires or something down.
Yeah, we could do that. Let me see. And really, the test of it might even be better to do it on a screamer party.
True.
Because in that particular case, if it goes bad, you could just leave and come back.
Also true.
And
one of the things that, go
Okay.
ahead.
I was about to say, and it could be like 14 days or whatever to the next.
Also true. One of the things that I like about the screamer parties, though, is that you can control them a lot easier. They don't run as much. They're
Yeah.
spread out more. You take out you limit your screamers,
Mm-hmm.
and you can control it pretty easy that way.
Well, and you can try to do it. You can, do it during the day.
Yeah.
Also, you have the option of day. And then let's see, this goes. Shit, past it.
Oh shit. Okay, so here's one thing to think about.
What's
If we
that?
have these on the outside, then the spiders will be able to jump.
Now that's true. That's true. Now when I have them on the outside, though, I always had the bars. Like the way I did this cage is I didn't have these plates, but this was on the outside, but the bar actually came up on this side. Like I didn't have the bar there. I actually had the bar there. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can do both.
If you have the plates here, the plate is actually in this square. So you'd have to have the bar. No, you could put a plate piece. you could put a plate piece here and then attach and then put the bar, like if you did this. And then the bar would sit on top of that plate. That little tiny little wedge bar, that wedge plate that I put there.
Yeah.
Basically just for these sides. Like that. You could do it like this. Something like that.
Unless you put, let's see.
And like here, I wouldn't put a plate just because you want to be able to shoot. Like you want someone standing in this position to be able to shoot anywhere along here.
For
Like these plates I like because when they sneak up behind you and are shooting you in the back, it sucks. But from here, it gives you a full range of view along the thing down there. You could then, like if this was a plate, you wouldn't even have to have like a door. Basically, you'd have this fight as a fighting position and you'd be fully encased. But then you could just get in here, run the whole length of this, and then come back in around over here.
instead of having that piece,
Oh, have it on the inside?
yeah, have it on the inside.
Yeah, you could. You could.
And so then you don't have to have that extra piece on the outside.
There was... yeah, before we had the plate, there was some reason why that piece was on the inside. I think it was how we were attaching the... Yeah, you know what? That's fine. That does seem to work, yeah. And you wouldn't have to have that extra piece, that's true.
Yeah, you like you said, just have a little plate there.
Yeah, there's still a problem with the... Oh, you know what? That would be the same thing, though. Oh, yeah, and then actually, I know how that works. So then this would be... Because you can't have two on the same plane. You would just do a bar. And then this one would be there.
Yep.
Yeah, that would work. There. There. And then obviously the cage would have to go at least 2 high. That's right, and then none of these would be on the outside, they would be on the inside. And that would be there, and then this would be there. Yeah. And then extend this up. Now we're gonna have the same issue. And now I remember why I did it on the outside, because that same thing. But I bet there is a plate corner.
There is. I got one right here.
Oh, okay. That does this. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Yeah. That does the same thing as the bar. Yeah. That's perfect. And then this would extend up multiple high. And then the roof, basically, at some point up there, you would have... and something like this. So then you'd have the roof, and then to get out on the roof, you would come up this way, and you would have these hatches that would allow you to get up onto the roof. And that way, if a screamer or something jumped up in there, you would have... it wouldn't be able to get down. Because remember, too, ideally, this pole goes 20 poles straight up, and then there's a platform on top. Stupid vulture. There's two of them. They're just not attacking us because we're both at full health. Before, though, I let my food get so low I lost hit points, and then they attacked. And with this, there's no real way that they can break into here. They can collapse the structure, but down here, the ladders don't go to the ground. They're actually two up, so they don't see those. So they would never just come flooding up here, even if it went bad. They can't just flood in there. So if you're up here, the zombies aren't going to get up here. Kind of like the base that we had last night. The only way they can get you is by bringing the structure down. And it's going to be difficult because, one, they're not going to want to hit those tiny little blocks, or are not going to be very good at it. And two, they're going to see, especially if these hatches are in the down position, and I tended to not even fight with them in this position, only when like screamers came running in. But, or if like maybe a bear or something, I would put it up. But they're going to see this, no matter where you are, up or down, they're going to see this as the way in. But I bet if we did this like 3 or 4 high, and then the cage would only have to go up maybe 2 high, because you don't really have to jump or do anything. You just have to be able to run around and make sure everything's not going sideways. Alright, so give me 1 second. Alright, everybody. Well, that was fun. You got to see some base building in action on this one. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and then log off here in a minute. But I want to thank everybody for joining me. And if you like what you see in these videos, please feel free to like and subscribe. And if you know anybody who might like this type of content, please point them my way. That would be awesome. And don't forget to leave a comment. I like hearing from you. I love those comments. And also, I hope you're looking forward to the next episode. Hopefully tomorrow, I believe, we're going to have the 50th episode. It's also going to be Christmas Eve, so that should be fun. I don't think I'm going to be doing any Christmas music. But either way, until then, remember, the apocalypse is later, so game now. And I'll see you in the next episode.